Dive right in. So this is the greatest business model in the world to create real freedom, impact, and legacy. What we're going to quickly be talking about real fast is the product problems that we solve with the products, which is why we're doing the revenue that we're doing, right? If you don't have a real, legitimate, scientifically proven physical product, it's very difficult to have longevity. So this company addresses dehydration as one of the biggest reasons for people's health issues. 75% of people are chronically dehydrated. Body is 60% water, brain is 73% water, and all kinds of health related symptoms actually come from dehydration. The second biggest problem we solve is acidosis. So we have blood pH, which basically I'm not going to get into super technical stuff because this will take up a long time to get into, but it solves acidosis, heartburn, skin problems, joint inflammation, much more. And the third, which is another major problem we solve, is inflammation in the body. So body's attempt at self-protection, chronic inflammation can eventually lead to some very serious illnesses and diseases in the body. And so we want to have a way to be able to flush the system out with all of that. So what is the solution to our hydration needs? Well, you have tap water, as you probably already know. It has a ton of stuff. It comes through pipes that are old and rusted and has tons of unregulated chemicals in it. And even though you live all over the world on this call, it doesn't matter. The quality of tap water overall around the world is not good enough to consume. So then there's the bottled water industry. It's loaded with plastics. You've probably heard on the news more recently that microplastics and forever PFAs and things like this are getting more and more traction in the health and wellness space. Excuse me. And so it's a serious issue, both for the planet, our oceans, our ecosystems, and internally our cells and our bodies. And 50 billion plastic bottles produced each year, 80% end up in the landfills. It's just tragic what it's turned into. So another major issue, hold on, just have a quick sip of water. Another major issue is that the water gets put into these bottles, sits on the tarmac, gets baked in the sun, the plastic leach into the water, and then it gets shipped to a warehouse and a gas station and a supermarket and so on and so on. And by the time you actually consume it and give this to yourself and your family, it's been like in that bottle for so long that it's full of chemicals and plastics. It's crazy. So regular water cannot solve our issues, chronic dehydration, acidosis, inflammation. Just simply doesn't work. Doesn't matter the branding or the fancy bottle or the price tag or any of that stuff. If it's in a bottle, it's not going to give you what you need from a health standpoint. So what's the solution? Hydrogen-rich electrolyzed reduced water. And it's a company called Enagic. They're a 50-year-old company. They produce what's called Kangen water. It is a well-known, established brand. They're the leader in this space. And the scientific terminology is the most important part, because when you do your research online for hydrogen-rich electrolyzed reduced water, there are countless studies, scientific studies, peer-reviewed studies that show its effectiveness in the body, both animals and in humans. And Kangen water is the brand. And Kangen actually stands for return to origin in Japanese. So the whole entire premise of this water is that as we consume it, it is returning our cells to homeostasis, which is a fancy way of just saying back into balance, back to origin, which keeps our bodies operating at peak performance, which is so, so important, especially for us entrepreneurs and just parents, you know, all of that. It's critical to of our overall health, as our bodies are mostly made of water. So the three amazing features that Kangen water produces is antioxidation, alkalization, and absorption. So it directly counteracts the three biggest causes of illness and disease, which we talked about already: dehydration, acidosis, and inflammation. This slide is a little bit outdated, but they're 50 years old as of last year. They produce all of their own equipment in-house. Annual revenue is actually 1.2 billion, so I haven't updated these slides clearly in a minute. And they're global, which is really, really important. So they have the infrastructure of a 50-year-old company, but they also have offices internationally. So for us digital marketers who like to make money online, we can run ads and traffic or even organic content in any language, in any country, in any jurisdiction. And there's already an Enagic physical location office set up there that will service our clients, ship the products, service the machines, take care of everything for us. And we basically just, you know, email in the order form and they take care of everything else. It's truly a global business, which is one of the reasons why I really loved it 12 years ago. And they've actually expanded dramatically in that period of time as well. They're a member of the Direct Selling Association. They have a great standing in that association. So they just check out as a really top-notch company. They have numerous award certificates, gold seal, you name it. They're basically medical technology in Japan as well. And so it's really, really exciting what this company has done and established, and we get to leverage that. They produce 3 amazing products that deals with these issues. So you have the Kangen Water 8 machine, the Inespa shower unit, and a turmeric supplement product. And this is the most popular 3 products that we sell. We actually have a new product that came out last year called the M-Guard, which isn't in my slide deck, but it's another really powerful technology that actually kills the EMF rays from, computers, Wi-Fi, whatever. And so that's actually part of our packages now as well. So that's a 4th product. So real quick on this, it's been around. These machines last over, a couple decades. I've had my machine for 16 years. It still works exactly as new. So the value of the product itself is tremendous. It is created with top tier technology and it has patents on it, which is really important for us to dominate the market. Real quick sort of science lesson around oxidation, which is another way of saying aging. So if you're consuming something with a positive number, ORP, that speeds up the aging process in your cells. So that's what makes, an apple turn brown when you cut it in half. And that's what makes your skin wrinkled and you age and get old. If you consume something with a negative number, it slows down the aging process. And so things like vitamin C and green tea and cod liver oil and blueberries and antioxidants, those are the things that we hear a lot about. But Kangen water has literally negative 400 to negative 800. So when you drink like a gallon of this a day, it's going to give you such a surplus of antioxidants to keep you feeling young and youthful and rejuvenate your cells and flush out toxins from your body. Whereas bottled water and sodas and tap water is positive. It's literally doing the other opposite of what we think it's doing when we're consuming water, which we all associate with being healthy. Not necessarily. It depends on the source of the water itself. There's also one really cool setting that the machine, the K8, produces, which is used for cleaning and disinfecting. And it's been lab tested to kill 100 organisms faster than bleach. So this product has been in my life for 16 years. If you fill up a little bottle of 2.5, you can use it as hand sanitizer. You can clean stuff. You just let it sit for 30 seconds. It literally kills all germs and bacteria. It's non-toxic, eco-friendly, great for kids, great for pets, and you can literally create endless supply for pennies just using your tap water in your house. So I'm going really quick because we want to get into the money and the business, but this is really important that everybody understands that these products are next level, and I don't know what I couldn't live without them. That's how valuable they are in my life. The typical household actually saves money just from the products alone, never mind tax write-offs and deductions and the business revenue and commissions. Just by getting the products in your life, you can stop purchasing some of the products you see here in the pictures, like bottled water, cleaning supplies, mouthwash, and many, many other things. It has about 68 uses in your day-to-day life that saves people from having to buy skin creams and toners and all the rest of it. So you can literally save money immediately just from what you purchase on the product side. And then when you see the commissions in the business in a second, you're going to be blown away at the affiliate program. So, all right. So how long did that take me? That was pretty quick. Usually I spend like a good hour just on the product stuff. So the Enagic affiliate program, this is where we get really, really exciting in terms of what's possible. Yeah, for sure, Cam. Thanks for jumping in and sharing that for sure. It's unique because when I came across this business, it was for baby boomers who were doing it traditionally. They were doing product demos and face-to-face marketing, and all of that stuff works fine. So I'm not actually knocking it. I like to do that myself. I had a few years of experience doing door-to-door sales as well, and I got good at it, and I enjoyed meeting the people and all that stuff. It's just not very smart business. It's not very leveraged business, and there's not really much scale possible doing things that way. So when I came across this, I was like, I'm okay with doing it like that and face-to-face. The commissions are still insane, and there's still like a element of duplication and overrides and group sales that we haven't even touched on yet. Cam is just talking about exclusively as an affiliate offer, selling it zero down, making $7,000, and then potentially doing that over and over and over again until you hit your income goals. But those people that come in, they can actually go and duplicate, and you can earn that same type of high ticket commission, second level, third level, fourth level deep. And that's when things get pretty gnarly quite fast with your type of income you can earn. So when I came into this, everybody was hyped up at the potential of the comp plan. Like, wow, you can do this and you can do that. But very few people had the skill of actually doing it. So it's like this thing, like this unicorn that you're like, I can do it, but there was no proven way to actually do that. So I started to see the writing on the wall when it came to social media, and I was, paying attention to paid advertising and things like this. And I started to connect the dots, being like, man, we got to take this company, these products, and this campaign and actually transition to be able to do it online, skipping over some of the things that people said were necessary to sell this product, and kind of disrupting the way it was done, reimagining it. And I had the initial seed, the initial vision, the initial thought of how to, what I wanted to do, but I didn't know how to do it. And I had no experience in the online digital space at that point. So when I met Cam, I basically was like, this is the product and the offer and how it works, but how can we kind of transition it into this new way of it being done? And that's the beginning of what we're talking about right now, where we basically took this incredible compensation plan, simplified it for the everyday, normal, average, regular person to basically come in there and follow a set of training, duplication, get these ads going, and start making crazy money. We had literally people from all walks of life doing like $80,000 a month. They hadn't even no idea what they were even doing because they were just following the process and the system that we developed and put in place. So that's kind of what we're going to get into. But this right here, this list, is what makes this company really unique. The products are patented. The compensation plan is patented. The company itself is privately held, no outside influence, no shareholders, no BS. They pay out 70% of all the revenue back to the distributors through commissions and bonuses. You cannot lose your level in the business. So if you produce a certain number of sales and you take a break for whatever reason and you decide to put the campaign on hold, you come back and you have no deranking, no restarting, no re-qualifying on your volume, which is a massive game changer in the space of building an organization. So you have zero attrition, no auto ship or additional cost to participate in the comp plan. And the biggest one that makes this a zero down opportunity is that you can use other people's money to start through financing, different financing options. So you can actually get thousands of dollars cash back as part of your way to start this business. And there's an extra special opportunity that we're going to share with you at the end of this call that only exists till the end of January, that the company is actually doing in addition to the generous commissions and bonuses that they pay all the time. There's high ticket commissions in depth, which when you really connect the dots of like, you're the one who's promoting an offer, but you're promoting a system that then trains the people that you brought in to do the exact same thing you're doing and get paid high ticket commissions off of their efforts. That's when you really start to connect the dots of how big of an opportunity this is. There's about 3 million machines sold so far at this point. Like I said, my slides are a little bit out of date, but I mean, that's across the entire world. And so there's still less than 1% market penetration in each individual market. There's offices internationally in different languages. We have the biggest teams in Canada, US, Europe, Australia, I think even in Africa, and India just recently started to blow up as well. And it's a completely different market there, and they're killing it. So we're pretty much doing some big numbers. Dubai is just getting started. They have an office set up there, but they're only doing about 100 units per month. So it's ripe for someone to really dominate the Dubai market. So anyways, it's really exciting. But they did $1.2 billion in sales. And since COVID, 2020 or so, the company's been compounding by 20 to 30% per year because of the solutions that this continues to solve for people. When we shifted from working in an office to so many people having to work from home, once people started to look at the work from home online business space and what was available and what the advantages were for this or that, and kind of doing a comparison, this one just smokes everything every single time when you fully understand each piece of the total package that we have put in place. So what makes this unique from a compensation standpoint is that the patent is around this idea that every time there's a sale, there's 8 points of commission for each separate product. The commissions vary based on the price of the product, but it works out to being 54% of the the retail cost of the product divided into 8 equal points. And I'm going to show you in a moment how you can essentially get all 8 slices of the pie, get the whole pie, with a low number of total sales. So you kind of ramp up and those points get shared. So if you sell a trifecta, which is a package of 3 products that I showed you earlier, the K8, the shower, and the turmeric supplement is the traditional trifecta package that I created many years back as a bundle offer to essentially get the best products the company has at one shot. Each slice of the pie is worth over $1,000. So if you look at this, this is a quick diagram of how the compensation plan works. So all you need to understand is that when you purchase one of the products, then you're also in business with global distribution rights as an affiliate for life. So it gives you your distribution ID number that comes with the machine. So one machine gets you in business and you start the compensation plan at the beginning. The ranks there are simple abbreviations for 1-point agent, 2-point agent, 3-point agent, and I showed you there's a total of 8 points that gets paid out. So you work your way up by making sales to qualify yourself for the next level. And once you reach the threshold on your next direct sale, you get officially promoted and you earn an additional percentage of the sales. So your first 2 product sales, you get 1 out of the 8 points. On your 3rd product sale, you now get double already, which is exciting. It's 2 points. On your 11th one, you get 3 points. On your 21st sale, you get 4 points. 51st sale, 5 points, and over 101 sales, you get 6 points. Now, it's important to mention that you can actually, those gray dots that you see on the lower half of the slide, those are what are called indirect sales or group sales from anybody who purchased the product through you. So if they came into this business with the intention of being an affiliate and going through our systems and going through our training, the $1 billion campaign, if they make a sale, you receive that same amount of points again on the indirect sale that you had nothing to do with, which gets pretty crazy pretty fast. So in that first example there, 1A, it's $340. And if they make a sale and they make a sale and they make a sale all the way down to 8 separate sales, 8 separate products, you get 340, 340, 340, 340, 8 times. And you had nothing to do with those other 7 sales. But it's the same thing at 2A. So now you're like, you got $680 once for your efforts with your campaign, with your ad spend. But if that person gets plugged in and they start running ads and they make a sale, they'll get 340, which is the 1 point that they receive off their first sale, and you still get 680. And that's still only 3 points. There's 5 more left over, which gets paid to the person or people above you until all 8 points gets paid out. So this compensation plan is so lucrative, it's so bananas that most of the time people can't quite register the numbers. They're like, oh, wait, what? Because we get up to 10, 20, 30K pretty quickly, even for beginners that are not even spending that much money on ads. It gets pretty lucrative fast. So we're going to talk about other ways to accelerate these numbers so you can earn more of the points right away from the beginning. Because this example you hear, or this example that I'm showing you, is based on you buying one machine and just selling one product at a time to essentially get yourself to the top income level, which is called 6A, which is 100 total accumulated product sales between you and any affiliate you bring in, your combined efforts. But if we talk about what happens after you continue to open these digital franchises, that's how I like to look at it. Every machine you sell becomes a digital franchise that then becomes a cash profit center as those sales basically get sold through that individual or that affiliate. So you just keep creating infinite amounts of digital franchises when you continue to sell these machines, and you can just go wide, like 1,000 wide, however many you want, which just is so crazy to think. But now let's talk about what happens when you start with the trifecta package, which is actually our most popular package, because people simply want the best for their health when it comes to the K8, which is for drinking, cooking, cleaning, and so forth. It has 5 different pHs of water for different purposes, and you literally use this machine all day, every day. I go through like 4 or 5 liters of water in the first hour that I'm awake. I drink a liter, my wife has a liter, my daughter has some, I make coffee, you know what I mean? Like the whole house just gets filled up with water like the first hour I'm awake. We just use this thing like crazy. The Nespa shower is for bathing and showering. Obviously, you don't want to be bathing in water that is going to penetrate your skin with chemicals and chlorine and stuff like that. So that's an obvious. And then the turmeric supplement just has insane super antioxidant capabilities as well. I don't know what's going on with my slide numbers there at the bottom, but basically 1A is for one trifecta sale, 1 point is $565. For 2A, it's $1,300, and it goes all the way up to $3,300 for a trifecta sale at getting 6 points. And we're actually able to show you how to get all 8 points as well. So that's going to be like $4,500, $5,000. And then there's another package called the quad. Now, this is now our latest best package that people like because it sets them up to earn 3A commissions on their very first sale. So your very first sale, you'd make $2,685 if you go and sell a quad package. So we're going to kind of break this down, but the promotion that the company has this month is basically how to get a free Enagic product in your initial package so you can start with a quad and you get thousands of dollars in cash back just this month. It ends at the end of January. So let's talk about how much you can earn just getting yourself up to 6A. If you only sold K8s to get to 6A, you could make $144,000. Now, if you sold exclusively trifectas, you make $83,000, but you're actually moving way faster in the business and you have less customers overall. So this is much easier to do than the other one because you're selling 3 products at a time. But this is the big question that so many people want to ask. This is what that Aaron is excited about. This is what I'm excited about, is like, how can you reach $1 million in commissions? What does that actually look like? So you might have a goal to do $1 million in a month. You might have a goal to do $1 million in a year. You might have a goal to do $1 million in the next 5 years, but the numbers don't change. So once you earn all 8 points of commission, you need to sell 247 trifectas total to make $1 million or 168 quads. So if you're running a campaign, like Cam mentioned earlier, we're going to be able to show you how to have just a multiplier of your ad spend compared to the commissions, because people can get started with 0 down. So I'll stop there and I'll pass it back over to you, Cam, to basically talk about what you've seen happen, what we've created together, and how these numbers are more realistic than most people think.